Alright, welcome back, guys. Well, I've been doing some work. It's just, what, 2 days past Christmas, something like that. Anyway, got a couple things I'm going to show you. Been doing a little work downstairs, been doing some work up here on the layout. So we'll get to those updates as we go. But first, I wanted to show you what my mother got me for Christmas. I don't know how well you can see this on here, but it's a receiver hitch for my pickup truck. And as you can see, it's a knuckle coupler. So this will give some, let people know that I am interested in trains, whatever, don't care. But I wanted something cool to put on my receiver hitch when there was no receiver in there, normal. I don't usually run around with the ball hitch and the thing, so it's kind of cool. Let's see, where did I put the box? Right here. It is made by, doesn't really say, it's just called the train. dpmodeltrainproducts.com. They're in Alberta, Maryland, here in the States. It's kind of cool looking. I mean, it's different. I think it was like $35 or something like that for it. So I'm happy to have something to put in the receiver hitch there. I just got to go over to my local Menards. Actually, I guess it was $49.95, but okay. So anyway, yep, got that. I will include at the end of this video how it looks in the back of my truck. Other than that, I guess we can just get started. Alright guys, so we're here in my dining room. As you'd seen in past video, I had kind of done some of this up. Trying to do my best here to go around, but I don't really want to twist too far on this ladder. But as you can see, the cork is all the way around. More or less you can kind of see it. Right over here in this corner, I already have, I figured out that I can get 2 loops in here. So right in here there's a switch, or actually right here where all this wire is. And then I've got it already tracked all the way back to here where that last T-pin is. So that's somewhat of the update that I have done. Alright, so anyway, this is what I've been working on as well. I came down here one of the days when I wasn't feeling real good and actually did some work. As you can see, I still need to clean this mess up here. But this table without the top on it right now, I can get enough of an angle, can't get quite. This little short table here will be going into that spot and being connected to the end of this table. This table's still not leveled or bolted or anything, so I have to do that yet. In case I didn't mention it, I filmed my first part of the video just after Christmas, and then I wasn't feeling very good after Christmas after my daughter left, and was sick for about a week, so I didn't get much done. Had some financial problems because of my job, so I am switching jobs. I'm starting a new one. Well, it'll be Monday, but I don't know if I'll have this video out, but hopefully I will. So yeah, this table here needs a top. This table still needs a couple of bolts, plus the bolts to connect it to the tables. And I need bolts there. I've got to go to my hardware store and buy some, I guess. So let's just, since we got the camera rolling, let's just go right over back into the other room. Of course, this area all needs to be cleaned out here to, this is all gonna, I haven't decided exactly for sure if this is gonna happen. But I kind of want to come along this wall here and see if I can sneak like a 2-inch piece of plywood all the way down. I'm going to put 1x4s on the wall or 1x1s on the wall. I'm just going to glue them right to the wall, and hopefully. So my light burnt out in here. I need to put a new fixture in right there. So when I do that, we're going to put another one of these in here. So we got plenty of light. It packed. I think I might put 2 in to cover the yard. That's another project that's got to be done here sometime in the future. So maybe when I get back from my first run, I'll start working on that a little bit. Okay, so I did a little work on the turntable. When I was gone the last time, I ordered, I think it's this piece of track right here. This is called a transition track. I know I could have made it by just soldering the code 83 on top of the crimped down track joiners, but I decided to just spend the money and get a piece. It wasn't that expensive anyway. But as you can see, even though it's not glued down or nothing, the track does run out into a switch, and it's a little dark right there. I got to get some maybe some like little puck lights like I've got up there for over here. So yeah, I got a switch machine, the controller right here. I've got a switch machine there with wires on it, and I got one I got to take out from underneath the desk here, because this was that original loop that went around. Yeah, I think there's actually 2 of them sitting here if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, there's another one right here, so if we need another one, we got another one. So what I want to do is I want to keep all my old junky ones like this, where it's got all the wires hanging off it. I want that all in this room. I don't want to have it out on the main layout. I think I've shown you these before. As I work on the main layout, now hold on a second. I've only got one hand here because one hand's holding the camera. This might go fine. That's okay. Anyway, this is what I want to use for my tortoises. This just snaps onto the bottom of the tortoise and then gives me wire outputs for each of the outputs. So that'll work. That needs to go upstairs. As you can see, I've got a few more DS52s. There's at least one there. I know there's 4 or 5 out on the other table. So we got plenty for switches until we hit the yard, but I think I'm going to use the NC one on there for that. But for right now, unless I get anything else done today, which I don't know if I'm going to, I might bring the glue down and glue the track and stuff, but I'm going to try and get this video all done on Sunday and uploaded so you guys can see it. Might be short, but at least there's some something going on here. Okay, so as you can see, this is the circuit here. I've not opened it. This is the plastic we're going to use. This is really thin, but I decided to start with something thin. So what you're supposed to do is line your plastic or whatever you're cutting up on here like so, and then press it in, and then you press the open button on the circuit, and this takes a few seconds, but oh well. Okay, there's 2 little tabs in here. I just gotta line this right up to the tabs, and then I need to set my cut, which I believe would be right about there is where I want for a cut. Okay, so then on my computer I have to sign in. Okay, I am logged in, and I don't know if I can show you this very well on the computer screen without messing everything up here. This thing is really, I don't know, this whole tripod is new to me. Now, if you can see, which you can't, I need to, there it is. Right down in the far corner, which if I turn the tripod a little bit, you can see it. Right here is a button that says go. Well, I'm not going to click that yet because I want to be back on the circuit. And get this thing leaning down so you can see. Okay, I bought what's called a deep cutting blade. It's made for cutting stuff thicker than vinyl, or actually thicker than poster board. So now this is also, I'm going to be using this to make a frisket mask for my my engine, so I can just paint the number in. But okay, so we got about it's about a 2.5 inch wall by almost 2.5, and then we got a little 1/2 inch door and probably I don't even know how big the window is, but we're gonna see how this works. So we're gonna hit go. Now it wants me to load. So as you see, the load button is flashing. So we're gonna load this up. The cutter head will move. The blade is loaded. What is your problem? Okay, so oh. Okay, so we got in there, it got started. No. This whole thing is crooked for some reason. I'm gonna have to start this over. Okay, it says it was cutting, obviously, but it wasn't, because you kind of got to hold this up at an angle when you put it in. So I'm going to try reloading this. Okay, that was the unload. Now we'll just hit finish. We'll go back into the circuit. And I just got to re-put everything back in place. Now I have done this exact same cut once before, and I tried using custom cut and it didn't seem to work properly. So now this time I'm going to hit load, and it should load it straight. Okay, there, it loaded it straight that time. Okay, now it's just waiting for me to press the circuit button, which is the go button. And it's beginning to cut out the piece. Now, like I said, this is bigger than HO right now because it's the way I set it up. The original time I did it, I went and figured everything out. I just want to see if this is actually going to cut it deep enough this time. If not, I'm going to have to play with it, and then I'll figure it out and come back and let you guys know what actually happened. And I'm actually planning on using 0.05, and I'll have to play with that to get it to work right. So now it's done, so I just need to kick the mat out. And then just pull this right off here. And as you can see, it did cut deep enough. So we'll just get that plastic out of the way. Now this is probably like, oh, what the world, it made some weird cuts. I don't know what it did here, but it made some weird cuts. I must have been from when I loaded it wrong the first time. But this stuff sticks on here pretty darn good, and sometimes you can't get it to come off. Like I said, it did make some weird cuts, so I'll have to figure out why it did that. And I did cut too deep, so I cut into the mat a little bit. But as you can see, other than its weird cut that it made across the top, which I don't know why it did that, it should not have. I'll have to figure it out next time. But now, if I had a window already measured and I had the exact size of my window, I can actually make it so these windows will fit in there perfectly. But it does do a good job. I mean, I have cut a few other things I like. I've cut a few vinyl things on it. The one it gives you, I don't have any of the other vinyls here because they were for friends. But like, this is the first. Let's see if I can get it in the light where you can see it great. This is the first vinyl it cut, and as you can see, it cuts it pretty good. I'm planning on making some vinyls for my truck and stuff, but I haven't found the patterns to do them. But yeah, this doorway is stuck on here pretty good. But you know, as you can see, if you get everything to work properly and don't make silly mistakes like I did. And I can see I'm going to have to go lighter next time I use this. This is only like 0.02. It's not real thick, so I probably should have started at a lower thing. But as you can see, it does do a good job at cutting the plastic. It'll only, as far as I know, with the deep cutting blade, you can only cut up to 0.02, or I mean 0.05. Or did I have the I think I had the regular blade on there. I'm not sure. I think this might actually be the deep cutting blade. But anyway, I did actually do some cutting with it, so I just need to shut this thing down and then everything will close up nicely again. And that's one of my toys I have that I want to try using more. I'm looking into the possibility of getting a 3D printer at some point. They still are not real great for printing, you know, important stuff. You probably couldn't print a figurine with it, and I'm like way zoomed in here. Kind of scary to look at my face there. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I really have for this week for the updates. It's short. Took me a long time to get done because I wasn't feeling well. So I guess we'll see you next time, and hopefully I'll have a lot more done when I do the next video.